Airline pilots landing at LAX reported a guy in a jetpack flying alongside them. New York residents want a new policy that allows police to accept sexual gratuities, and a Japanese city has banned smartphone walking. These are the weird stories for Wednesday on Weird AF News. Weird AF News is the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. I'm Jonesy. I have some weird stories from around the world. I'm glad you're here. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll laugh. You definitely will pass the time.
Hey, mainstream news. Listen to Weird AF News with Jonesy.
The FBI are investigating a pilot's report of a guy in a jetpack flying 3,000 feet in the air near the planes at LAX, Los Angeles, California, my city. The FBI is investigating after an American Airlines pilot reported seeing a mystery person in a jetpack. A mystery person? You mean you couldn't recognize his face? The jetpack guy? A mystery person. I think everybody in a jetpack is a mystery person until they land and take off their helmet. So seeing a mystery person in a jetpack, the report was this jetpack dude was flying high above Los Angeles, right in the path of incoming jets at Los Angeles International Airport Sunday evening. Now, this guy was flying a jetpack at night? That sounds very dangerous. Around planes? That's not very safe. The FBI is aware of the reports by the pilots on Sunday and is working to determine what occurred, a spokesperson told the media. When it comes to accuracy and detail and reliability, you'd probably rank airline pilots right up there. So when an American Airlines pilot reported via radio to the control tower seeing a, quote, guy in a jetpack as he was approaching LAX at about 3,000 feet coming in for a landing. Well, you got to give the pilot serious credibility, as unlikely as it may be to see a jetpack man flying right by the nose of your plane. But a second pilot also saw this guy, this mystery man in the jetpack. Is it possible? Based on research, jetpacks can fly pretty high, but is it likely? Common sense would say no, but again, it's an airline pilot reporting it, more than one, with visual flight rules meaning plenty of visibility, and it wasn't quite dark yet, although it was the evening. Could this be some sort of internet or social media stunt? That's one theory, but no one has come forward to say that they were flying the jetpack, and normally the promotional or fun videos that we've seen of them are much lower, aimed at vacationers or thrill seekers who blast off with a pack attached to their backs for a few seconds of low-level flight. Flying this dangerously high in the sky is not typical for jetpacks. I don't know. How do you know so much about jetpacks, bro? I looked into, are jetpacks illegal? Because I was like, can you even have these things and fly them around airports and stuff? It says here the Federal Aviation Administration doesn't really regulate jetpacks. So I guess you could just cruise around in a jetpack, guys. I had no idea. New Kickstarter. Get Jonesy a jetpack. Donate today at weirdafnews.com. Donate to my jetpack Kickstarter, guys. Come on now. I want to fly around. I'll come visit you in your town, bro. The article winds down by saying, for now, it's a mystery on many levels. Maybe it was a Mylar balloon. Maybe it was a drone or a small helicopter. Years ago, a man in a lawn chair flew aloft with dozens of helium balloons tied to the lawn chair. I saw a movie about a guy who flew off in a lawn chair that was attached by balloons. I didn't know someone did this in real life as well. All this is very puzzling and a potentially dangerous mystery, as you can imagine the consequences of this kind of mid-air collision if it was to happen. These jetpack shenanigans with the mystery man need to come to an end, and if you have any information related to the story, please call the LAPD. I like to imagine this is some grandpa who just retired in like March and had plans to travel Europe, but the pandemic like put a kibosh on Grandpa's retirement travel plans, and so then Grandpa went into the garage and just started building weird shit like a jetpack, and is now just out of sheer boredom flying around in the jetpack. The Mystery Man. New York residents want a new policy that allows the police to accept sexual gratuities. Tonawanda, New York. Following rumors over a sexual misconduct allegation against a popular police officer named Brett Ryder. Sounds like a porn name. He definitely did it. Brett Ryder. Several town of Tonawanda residents are now pushing the town board to change its policies to allow police officers to receive sexual gratuities while on duty. Yes, you heard that right. I'll say it again. They want the officers to be able to receive sexual gratuities while on duty. I thought this was a fake story. It's completely real. The policy would not allow officers to request sexual gratuities. Oh, that's nice of you. No, they can't. They can't demand sexual gratuities either, I imagine. Under any circumstance, it says they cannot request sexual gratuities. But in the event that such a non-monetary sexual gratuity happens to be offered, the police officer would not be punished for accepting that gratuity, so long as the encounter is less than 15 minutes and the officer declines to take his next scheduled 15-minute break. Unbelievable. Really? You want to let you just want to let police officers get handies while on the job, basically, or more? I'd imagine. I'm trying to think of what's 15 minutes long. So yeah, it's a tough one. Well, I suppose any sexual activity could be 15 minutes long for sure. And if you say yes to it, you can't take your break later. So you're gonna have to go without that cigarette, Officer so and so. The town of Tonawanda is planning to discuss the possible termination of Ryder, a veteran public safety dispatcher, after an internal investigation found that he committed misconduct while on the job. I'm going to guess it was sexual related. In this political environment, with all the horrible things being said about our police officers in the national media right now, this policy would really be a morale booster, says Karen, a Tonawanda resident and supporter of the policy. She is leading a women's group that is lobbying for this new policy. A women's group is lobbying for this new policy. I would have never suspected. She's encouraging other supporters of the policy to join her at Monday's town board meeting. Our police officers are total gentlemen. More times than not, they would politely decline any physical or sexual gratuities. Trust me on that. People should feel comfortable expressing how much they appreciate the police and the work that they do. Oh, your cops are so well behaved. They're just such wonderful gentlemen that they'll turn down the offer of physical gratuities. Is this how you've lowered the bar for your police, Karen? Now, the town board resolution doesn't offer specifics about the misconduct, but it's widely rumored that Ryder. Let's see, I combined widely with Ryder. It's widely rumored that Officer Ryder is accused of having sexual intercourse with a married woman while on duty. Oh boy, geez, man, come on. Well, he should be punished for sure. They should by no means create a new policy where officers get to have sexual gratuities while on the job as a result of this. I don't know where this is coming from. This seems so strange to me. I can't wrap my head around where this policy came from. This is your defense. This guy obviously did something wrong, and your solution is to just allow all the police to do something wrong. I'm looking at a photo of what I think is the town of Tonawanda Police Department. There's not very many of them. It's a very small town. This seems very strange. Wow, local politics and local situations just can really get wacky. They really can. But I hope to heavens they don't vote this policy. This is terrible. You can't have all the cops receiving sexual gratuities or bribes for that matter. How are you going to keep everything on an even keel in your town if you can just get out of a speeding ticket by asking the cop to just kind of crawl into your wagon? Why don't you just get inside there, buddy? We can talk about this ticket. Huh? I know I robbed a bank, but come on, Tom. Meet me at my apartment later. We can talk about this. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A Japanese city has banned smartphone walking Well, it's about time some city stepped up and banned smartphone walking. I've been waiting for this. Yamato City, that's the name of the place. They've banned pedestrians from looking into their smartphones while walking in an effort to prevent distraction injuries. Good idea. I'm sure there's tons of distraction injuries and you have data to back that up. So many people just getting hit by buses because their face is in a small device as they're walking around town. So, anyways, this law came into effect last month and it was heavily supported by Yamato's 250,000 residents. In fact, 8 out of 10 people in the city were in favor of this ban. A study was conducted in 2 locations earlier in the year and found that 12% of 6,000 pedestrians were glued to their smartphones while walking. 12% of them. The mayor was very concerned and made arrangements to impose the ban this year. And now, in a hilarious button, a recorded female voice cautions travelers arriving in Yamato. The female voice says, "Using smartphones while walking is banned. Please operate your smartphones after you stop walking." That's right. Citizens are instead encouraged to use their smartphones only while standing still in a place where they won't be a hindrance to others passing by them. Yeah, good idea. It's pretty creepy, though. I'd imagine that voice telling you to do these things. But whatever. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. The article mentions a study by a Japanese mobile company that found that pedestrians lost 95% of their field of vision while staring down at a smartphone. Yeah, of course. You're staring down at your phone, you can't see shit. You don't need to have a study for that. We all know that. The study also concluded that almost half of pedestrians were distracted by their phones when crossing the street, and that led to them walking into lampposts, stepping into oncoming traffic, and even falling on their ass, tripping. The author of the study, Dr. Sarah Simmons, was quoted as saying, "Given the ubiquity of smartphones, social media, apps, digital video, and streaming music, which has infiltrated most aspects of daily life, distracted walking and street crossing will be a road safety issue for the foreseeable future." That's right, doctor. You nailed it. Now, Yamato, you say Yamato, I say Yamato. Yamato became the first Japanese city to ban smartphone walking. But Japan is not the first country to introduce measures in a bid to tackle this harmful practice. Chongqing in China, Antwerp in Belgium, and Washington, D.C. in the U.S. have created cell phone lanes for pedestrians to use while on their phones. And I covered that story a while ago. I think I covered the one out of Germany, Antwerp. Or did I cover the one in D.C.? I don't know. Whatever it was, the story was that you had a special walk lane for pedestrians who wanted to put their face in their phone, which I thought was just ridiculous. I didn't think at the time I said this on that episode that you shouldn't encourage this kind of behavior. You should create policy that dissuades people from doing this because overall, it's not good behavior. We want people to get out of the cell phones when they're moving around, walking like that, of course. South Korea has even installed flickering lights and laser beams at crossings, hoping that this gets people to look up and gets drivers to slow down. Taking steps a little further, Hawaii enacted a law under which pedestrians were fined for texting while walking through crosswalks in Honolulu. Oh, I like that. Lastly, the mayor said, "This law wasn't designed to change anything tomorrow or the day after or even in 1 year. My plan was to see it adopted in, say, 5+ years. 10 years ago, we made a law against walking and smoking. It took a while for it to be adopted, but after 10 years, it worked. I believe we can trust the people of Yamato to do the right thing here." Yes, Mayor. Yes, I hope you're right. Sounds like your citizens are all for it. I wonder if people in the U.S. would tolerate such a law. I think people would lose their minds if there was a law like this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Call the show. Weird AF News. Phone number is 646-450-2012. Let me know what you think about walking and having your face in your phone. Could we get away with a ban like this or a law? What do you think? And not just in the U.S., in whatever country that you might live in.
You're so funny, dude. Thank you.
Hey, what's up, weirdos? This is Jonesy, the host of Weird AF News. This is the outro, where I thank you for doing things like leaving me a review. Scott left me a review on Amazon. He left me a strange review. I'm going to read it. It's 5 stars, and he wrote, "Why do I do it? I don't know why, but I keep listening when your podcast comes up in my smart speaker morning selection. I've been doing this for at least a year." A reluctant fan. At least he's honest. He's like, "I don't know why I keep listening to this, Jonesy, but I do it. I don't know why I do it, but it's been a whole year." I appreciate you, Scott. Thanks for giving me 5 stars because it sounds like you're not a huge fan. You're like you could do without it. So, you could have probably given me 2 or 3 stars. So I appreciate you going the full 5. Thank you so much, man, for the review. And I hope you keep listening, my brother. I hope you, I really do. Also, Elizabeth Bittner. Elizabeth Bittner left me a wonderful review called Pillow Talk. 5 stars. I found your podcast a week ago while scrolling through Alexa's skills before drifting into dreamland. I now listen to you every night and can't believe anyone would give you less than 5 stars, Jonesy. Also, just in case you sing to me, my favorite love song is Always and Forever. Oh, I love that song. Is it by Heatwave? I think Luther Vandross did a cover of it as well. It's very good. Oh, that song is Take Time to Tell Me. Ooh, I can't sing the whole song for copyright infringement reasons, but every day, love me your own. I can't do it. I can't sing it all because I'm going to get in trouble for that. There'll always be sunshine when I look at you. Can't do it. I can't keep singing it because I'm going to get in trouble. But I love that song so much. I've done that song at karaoke many a time, and people looked at me strangely. Except for that 69-year-old woman in the back. She was like, "I like it." She spoke out of a hole in her throat. I said, "I like that. I want to dance with that guy. Hey, did you just sing Always and Forever? I like that. Come over here. Come over here. I'm drinking an old fashioned. Would you like one? Come on, get yourself an old fashioned. Go on. Get me a Johnny Walker Blue. Come on." Guys, I love your reviews. The 5-star ones that you recently gave me are making up for the 1 stars that I often get. So I want to thank you for making the effort to write me a review. And if you'd like to do so, go to Amazon. It's pretty simple. Do a search for you can do a search for Amazon Weird AF News, and it'll come right up. You can also leave me a review on iTunes as well. Yeah. Always and forever, each moment with you. It's so fun. Such a great song. Great song, Liz. Great song. I don't know if they call you Liz, but wow, I spent a lot of time answering that review. But, hey, what else am I going to do? I'm sitting in a closet. Jeez. I mean, I'm in a closet. Who cares at this point, right? This is where my life's taken me, inside a goddamn closet. Join the Patreon, guys, so I can afford a studio. That would be pretty cool. Guys, every dollar gets me out of the closet. And if the dollars don't help me buy a studio, it gives me enough chemicals to make me forget that I'm inside a closet recording this. I want to get high. Anyways, it's been a great time. It's been a good run. Hope you had a great win. Jonesy, are you baked? I'm not telling. It's been a great day, and I hope tomorrow's the same. I'll be here for you. I will. So listen to me. Listen to me. You need to subscribe though to listen to me. So subscribe. Okay. Okay. Bye. Oh my God, I forgot to put the Patreon in there. Man, I need to get my act together. It's patreon.com/weirdafnews. Yeah, help me out now. Come on.